Welcome to Coffee Break. My name is Ryan House. I'm a second year. What year is it? Second year PhD student at UWM in Cinema, Media, and Digital Studies. Today on our show we have the esteemed guest, Melissa Kagan.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you say all your stuff.
Hi, everyone. Thrilled to be here. Thanks for the invitation. I'm Melissa Kagan. I am a game studies scholar. I'm the associate editor of Journal of Gaming and Virtual Worlds. And this year I'm visiting as a scholar in the MIT Game Lab, working on the Board Games and Colonialism project there.
Super cool. Also, we have
Eric Kirsting, second year PhD student, Plan H, Media Studies.
Stuart Moulthrop, never left school, English department.
Woot. Okay, yeah, so today we're playing the game Virginia. I would like to say that this is continuing, I guess it is continuing our month of walking sims, but really, it's only the second game because we took a break last week. But it was snowy and nasty, and I don't know, we didn't get over here. So... You're familiar with Virginia?
I am, although I have to admit I did not ever finish it. I have played it most of the way through. This is a terrible thing to admit on camera. It should be edited out immediately. But no, I've played it for a little while and then just didn't wind up finishing it.
Sure.
Not due to any problem with the game. It's a pretty brilliant game, but
I don't think you're probably like lacking in any understanding though, because it is incredibly hard to understand.
It's sort of intentionally defamiliarizing and sort of tries to be confusing in a way that, you know, I should find really appealing. That's kind of what I do, but
so like one of the neat things for those who don't know is that there isn't any dialogue in this game at all. It's all sort of presented to the player environmentally, I guess, and through non-verbal dialogue.
And it's
communication.
all like animation.
Is there written communication in the game?
Not really. No.
Like
there might be an exit sign, maybe, or like
You're
someone's
making me
name on a
think
desk.
This is a game with mimes.
Yeah.
What's funny is
it's not
I'm like
terribly
familiar with this game only through your work, Ryan.
Well, of course now I'm full of shit because there's words, but after
I,
this there's no more words.
But I totally assumed there was voice acting because like I've done a conference presentation with you where you were talking about this game, and so I just assumed that there was dialogue until just now.
No. I mean that's one of the main things I like about this game, or that I find interesting, and I like it. Is that everything, every bit of narration is given to you with no narration. So it's also very filmic, obviously. So I guess let's chill while the title sequence plays. Jonathan Burrows was the lead developer, I'll say, and he was inspired by 30 Flights of Loving and was really interested in sort of in the way that game incorporated cuts into the game experience, right? So he wanted to do that for a full-length narrative game.
just curious, why are you calling it a narrative game in particular? Because it seems like the narrative is something that is sort of intentionally cut up and, defamiliarized. It's not the sort of game that kind of feeds you its story.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I agree. I think I use narrative game probably a little bit flippantly.
My favorites.
With
The City of Prague.
with games like walking simulators, something that to me sort of emphasizes the narrative of the game over the ludic sort of mechanics, right?
Which is a thing that often makes sense, but because walking sims oftentimes do privilege their narrative, it's just curious because this is not. I wouldn't necessarily associate this as like a narrative forward game.
Really?
Right?
I don't know.
Let's see. Let's see how. Let me see if I change my tune. I would agree that most walking sims do sort of put their narrative forward first. That's like the first thing you're encompassing.
Is what?
Start arguing with the host.
Well, I
So
mean,
refreshing.
No.
yeah.
You should have seen last week's
Really?
arena. Dave went in on me.
Okay, all right.
No, I didn't. He just was saying Super Smash Bros. Wasn't a competitive game, and I just didn't agree with him.
So I think this game makes you work for the narrative more than other games, right? Like you
I
have
think
to
that's what
piece them together.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, totally. But to me, and I argue this in my paper, that's the main like ludic mechanic of this game. That's the ludic activity is looking around and finding the things to do and putting pieces together.
Kind of a combo point and click and archival adventure.
Yeah. An archival adventure? Is that
Oh,
what you
yeah,
called
I'm
it?
just citing myself. Yes.
That's what we're here for. Yeah, yeah. Go for it.
Yes. So I would think of a lot of wandering games or walking sims as archival adventures. You are moving through a space and turning it into a archive by sort of picking up all the bits of text and objects and whatnot.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah,
And
Janet Murray used to call those encyclopedic games, actually.
yes, yeah, they're
Cool.
related to environmental storytelling and
Totally.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually there's a bit of that in this. You can find little flowers, for instance, and other little bits and pieces, and then they always sort of show back up in the mise en scène. Mise en scène. Scène. I
think we're going to.
I don't think I've ever.
a seminar on French pronunciation, but
I
it
could-
needs to be
I
taught
could
by
stand
someone
it.
other than me.
Russian too,
Tammy
because
can do it.
the shitsyet is I hate that word too. Syetsit?
oh,
Sujet.
Yeah, that one.
sujet, yeah.
Shoes.
Sujet.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it's Suzette.
My mouth just doesn't do it.
It's me.
It's interesting that the game started off with like
Let's not walk into his butt.
well, it started off with like being like creating more of like a feminine individual because you're like putting on the lipstick, and then you go into like this masculine line right here.
That becomes a point of the story where she stops putting on lipstick, actually. Not to spoil it, and I don't think we'll get to the end because it's like at
Spoiled.
least an hour and a half.
Bueller says they would value such an experience of the French class.
Who's this?
Bueller's Feeler, I don't know who that is.
Oh, I think that's Desiree. Hi, Desiree.
Hi, Desiree.
Oh shit,
He
sorry.
says it's kind of hard to hear me and Stuart.
That's okay. We're muttering. So we've won the game already.
That's it.
Oh.
It's all over. Wait.
I feel like I've played this game a lot, so like I know exactly where to go. Maybe I should be pretending that I don't. Huh? What's this over here? Boxes. This is one of the things that I like a lot
to
about
great.
these types of games is the environmental storytelling. You know, like reading the
Yeah.
environment and getting not only narrative but characterization. Oh, sorry. Just looking at chat.
Do you know what time period this is supposed to be set in?
In
92.
the 90s.
92.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. There was
Hence no
narrative I
cell
wasn't
phones.
Reading. Or exposition rather, I wasn't reading.
This is a great little cut that I would be super psyched to see in a live action movie, right? It's so great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The focus on mirrors is pretty interesting and seems like it should be more of a thing in first-person games than it is.
Or is this where she's giving up the lipstick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right,
I
you'd
thought it'd
think,
be later on in the game.
Yeah.
It's making me think of those, many experimental, subjective. What am I trying to say?
It's the Lacanian.
films shot from a character's perspective. I've forgotten what the term for that is. Subjective camera.
Remember when I wrote my Mario paper for you? I spent
Yes.
like 3 pages on the mirror in that game.
Correct.
I don't think I went anywhere.
I read a really interesting article by a scholar whose name I can't remember, and I really, honestly, can't even remember the point of the paper. But it was about the it was
Great
about
start.
it was about the X-Files game and the player coming up to a mirror and seeing the agent's body instead of their own face, and it being sort of a really weird disconnect in identity. A great paper. I'm just stupid.
Well, there is that moment for everybody in the world except Elysia Glidewell in Portal when you look at Elysia Glidewell's body and go like, oh, that's not me. That's Jell.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's pretty early on, though, and you do it...
Yeah, it's
Portals are
immediate.
not a mirror exactly, but
seconds.
they kind of... Yeah, but it essentially, like, the portal gets used as a mirror because it sort of twists space around.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of other games where...
yeah, I think there is a mirroring moment.
You think
before
there's
you
a
get
mirror
to
in the
portal.
beginning?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Certainly through most of that game, when you see her body, it's because
Because
you're
it's-
seeing it. You're
yeah.
seeing yourself through a portal.
The actual body, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that there's a really shiny reflective surface
Yeah, I
in
think
the
so.
little like pod that you wake up in.
Yeah, that could be.
What you got, lady? Ignoring me.
All right, we just moved into the set from the Stanley Parable people.
Yeah. Stanley Parable and Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Silence of the
Getting
Lambs
a
is
very
yeah.
Silence of the Lambs feeling.
It's an influence for sure.
Silence
X-Files,
of the Stanley.
I'm getting like a
Twin
sort of
Peaks.
Twin Peaks vibe.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks, yeah.
So yeah, basically I'm being given the task
Partner,
of
right?
spying on my partner. Yeah. For reasons I can't remember. Maybe
You're just
maybe I
saying
don't
that.
know. Oh yeah, I did claim that there was no text, and that was just utter bullshit. But
Well,
there's not a lot of
there's
text.
not a lot of text.
It's not a lot of
subtitles,
text.
though, which is
Yeah.
what I think you might have inferred from what
No,
my
no
question
textual
was.
dialogue. This I know from playing this game too often.
There's a heavy musical cue.
Uh huh. So I think this is the point where the game really started blowing my mind with the cuts, like this really great sort of descent into the basement.
So that goes into Desiree just asked a question. Since you were playing, what changes in your experience? Is it very replayable, or does knowing what's coming make it weird? You mentioned that it's really cinematic. Does that change it?
That's a really great question, actually. I think,
But
like,
talking of cinema, we just went through an irrational cut there. Didn't
right?
We?
Yeah. Well, we're descending into the
Sorry,
basement,
Desiree.
right? Like it sort of cut out
Yeah.
a lot of the boardom of walking, right? So
It just jumped us to the
basement.
The good part.
Yeah, to the good part.
She could have at least given us a dissolve.
Maybe we should have played 30 Flights of Loving, but talk about some jump cuts. But like back to Desiree's question, what we were talking about earlier about the narrative not really divulging itself terribly easily. I think that's what adds some replayability. I still couldn't really give you a great synopsis of this plot, and I've played it maybe 4 or 5 times through. But I pick up pieces each time I play through, so I can follow basically what's going on, but I couldn't recite it to anyone. I think this is an interesting part of the game that I like, is that you have the option to look everywhere, and I might very well miss looking down and reading this bit of narrative information, right? This is a missing persons case that me and my new partner are about to go look at.
Yes, I hate reading in a car, though.
So can you look that down again and look at it again?
It's not there anymore, so I could very well miss this. I think this is also a really neat part that sort of asks the player to perform sort of cinematic camera movement, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at the welcome to. They pull over. You have this sign to look at. You scan to look there. You go ahead and look at your partner, and then it cuts to almost a match cut, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting too that we are one extra level removed from directorial control because you are playing and you have played so much.
Yeah.
And so
That happened because I wanted it to happen. Yeah.
I know, right? Exactly.
Totally.
Like had
cinematographer.
I also want to say, really, really cynically, that it looks like a match cut because she doesn't have many polygons.
But she's also facing in the same direction,
When
you
the
know.
I'm
bonus-
being polygonist.
When the phone is flying through the air in 2001: A Space Odyssey, and then it becomes a spaceship, that's a match cut. And it's
Thank you, Eric.
so I don't know if that's a fair criticism.
All bones look like spaceships. That's what I'm trying to say.
What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Oh, pay the tab.
Ryan doesn't tip.
Government salaries, man.
Yeah.
I think this narrative works really well for this type of game too, because you are a detective, and so you're sort of put in that position. The player is put in the position to be very sort of
voyeuristic, intrusive.
all of that. Yeah.
Because your job is to
Scrutinize. That was the word. I was looking for.
Yeah.
You're supposed to scrutinize the details.
I feel like the lack of dialogue forces the game into this trying to create characters and things that are that we can define based on what they're wearing. So for instance right, why does the person who opens the door, why are they a friar or a Catholic priest, right? It's because then we know who they are and what their positionality in this particular scene.
I think he's the father too of the little boy.
He's a father.
Father. Wait, that can't be the
he
case.
could be that.
Maybe he's not.
Doesn't make any
Maybe I
sense.
made that up.
Maybe he's there grief counseling.
Yeah, maybe so.
I'm noticing something about the architecture of this house, which is that it's got the same dimensions as the office building we were in. These rooms are way too big. They're anamorphic in a way.
No, that's
Well,
true.
it is Virginia though. A lot of space.
In
That
the early
is-
90s.
That is way too large a kitchen.
Yeah, we got
That
a big
doesn't
kitchen.
With
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
island,
Yeah.
anyway.
No
Come on.
island, yeah.
Or
He
table.
took the island with him when he ran.
Yes. But look at,
Yeah,
go
it
back
looks-
in Stanley.
It is a little big.
Yeah.
I bet that's for practical reasons rather than artistic reasons.
I think it's about maneuver.
Totally.
So we're back to your talk this morning. It's about space.
Space,
Yeah.
construction of space.
Don't.
Yeah.
Is this the kid who's
Lucas
missing
lives in a
Spencer?
good acre there.
Yeah. I think too, because there's no dialogue, this is a great pick for
Or-
streaming.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we don't have to feel like we're covering anything up. Even though, of course, we are, and ideally, being forced into a sort of silence and contemplation is probably a good thing for playing this game, and we're not there. We're sort of talking it through, but it's nice that, to be able to add some sort of, construct, to be able to talk about it as it's happening.
What's with the red tape?
Not tape, but light.
What?
Whoa, this kid had a secret room.
Is it a secret room or is it supposed to be like a photo processing room?
Maybe
Dark room.
both?
It's
It
a
looks
dark
pretty
room.
much like a dark room.
Look at that.
But maybe the photos are telling us something.
I think you probably want to look at the photo.
If
I'm just
I
saying-
don't pick this up first, though, I don't
I'm
get
just
it.
saying, as a musician, I would never
Interesting.
keep my guitar in a dank, dark room.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, you think.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What have you done?
Look at the photos first. I forgot.
What was in the photos? Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, there are so many bison in Virginia.
It's thematic. This is coming up as a really great use of sound design, I think, in this game to direct the player's attention. So, like, while she's gone, I can nose around her.
While she's still walking into the gas station, let me see what's around us.
She's not looking.
I know. It's just interesting. Like, narratives do it all the time, right?
Right. Yep. Michael Dukakis pizza.
But in a game, it often feels more live. It feels like the other characters might have agency.
Yeah.
And she might look back, but not in this game because it's so cinematic.
Yeah.
Well, it's already opened, so.
Wait, was that the same
Still
address?
mail fraud, though, right?
The same address, different last name.
Desiree writes, it's interesting to be like 3 degrees removed from the player. Like Ryan's playing, y'all are watching and commentating, and I'm watching that.
Wasn't that the missing kid? I can't tell. They don't have enough pixels. Oh, no, whatever.
I don't think it was, and I don't know why that. I don't know why they could flip me off.
It's terrible of me, but I will say it. All those Lego people look alike.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Hopefully our partner wasn't looking.
She definitely was.
If she didn't see the picture, she at least saw internal affairs written all over that folder.
So it's when you find this journal that it cuts, right?
Right.
Oh, UFOs, good, yes. Quotation from the X-Files theme. Actually, several of them.
That sketch looks
Wait.
Firewatchy
That's us,
to me.
though, right? Is that person
Yeah.
you're looking at?
That's
So
us.
we're like out of body right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like we were at the beginning too.
See, here's where all of those little feathers that I collect come back to.
What happens if you don't pick up the feathers?
They just aren't there.
So
And
it's
nothing.
just an empty
Yeah.
board.
You don't miss anything really that I
It
can
has
tell.
feathers
Huh. So we're back in the same house.
with the red from the dark room still.
Yeah.
Glowing?
It's
It
at
looks
the
like it's
at the
the
very
same
end of
day.
the hallway there.
Yeah, we're in a dream.
Yeah,
weirdo.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because the waitress is taking orders.
Here's the
I thought
father.
we were just in a Lynch movie. Okay.
Oh, we definitely are.
So that's,
Oh yeah, you can see at the end of the hallway there. It's the full family. I guess he is a
So,
Presbyterian minister.
yeah.
That
I
doesn't make
remember
sense. They don't have the.
They do.
Some of them do.
In Signs, which is set in, whatever Mel Gibson
Yeah.
wears a collar like that, and he's like a married guy, so
Huh.
I know that there's some, ministers who wear those. But it is obviously more often, and that's what I'm talking about. Like with they could have done any minister, but they want you to be thinking about him being a minister, a person in a place of authority. So they specifically chose to give him that, because otherwise there's no way to communicate it.
Yeah, iconography, right? Yeah.
This isn't normal.
The bison are not what they seem.
The levels of dream cuts in here are. We've had like 4 in a row. Of just like dream, and then it's as if we wake up again and again and again. And again.
And there isn't a lot of
Virginia
differentiation.
Inception.
Differentiation between
The
dream
dream
and.
state and
Yeah.
the waking state.
I think that's on purpose, though, right?
Well, I would posit that there isn't any dream state in this. It's all a dream state. But
At the very end, we won't get to it, but acid comes into play. That's how you sort of start solving the big
Now you
puzzle. You take acid,
I
and
did
then
not
everything
get up
sort
to
of.
that, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's trippy.
Now you're gonna have to go home and actually finish the game.
Oh, sorry.
Go with snooping their stuff some more.
Fine then.
Wait, that's Halprin, who we supposed to be snooping on.
Yeah.
Who's also our partner.
Who
Right.
just caught us snooping on
But we
her.
found a picture in a locket of Halprin?
Of another Halprin.
Another Halprin.
Mother Halprin.
Oh. Yeah, your knowledge of this is adding a lot of narrative clarity that is not always there when was certainly not there when I was trying to play this game before.
So, like, the deal is that Mother Halprin was also an FBI agent. I think I'm getting this right anyway. And she was known to do acid to help her solve crimes.
Interesting.
And so,
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the FBI.
yeah. And then daughter Halprin is sort of a spooky Mulder character. So under scrutiny, sort of doubly so. And yeah.
Are you picking the flowers because you can? Are they kind of like the feathers?
Yeah, they're kind of like the feather. I actually have no idea why I'm doing it. I just know they're there.
You should know you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be a couple more out there actually, but like you'll see them in vases around the house, around her apartment.
Oh wow.
Ryan, have you seen the film Mandy?
Yes, I've seen the film Mandy,
I love
and
the
I
acid
love it.
tripping scene in that film.
Like the whole thing.
Well, no, there's like a specific scene where like Nicolas Cage is on acid.
Have any of you seen the movie Time Trap? This is completely irrelevant other than it's in a cave. It's a cave in which time moves differently. And
Time
it's-
Trap?
It's called Time Trap.
No, that sounds awesome.
It's
though.
on Netflix.
Cool.
I thought it was going to be a trash movie, and then it was...
It's great.
Well, it was trash, but it was brilliant.
Oh yeah.
And it has to do with caves. I'm reminded of it. Oh, birds. There are a lot of birds in this, aren't there?
The Reverend has been here.
The Reverend.
Don't think that.
Stuart can't handle the magical realism and the low polygon count.
Oh, no.
Now she just saved you. You can't rat her out now.
She did.
Oh,
no,
really?
no, she's game over. It's just a really long Dragon's Quest, or Dragon's Lair. I mean,
Oh, she only got bonked on the head by the falling beam.
Oh no, the bird.
Yeah, the bird really. They brought us a teddy bear. What? Are we in a dream sequence again?
No, I don't think so. You look so disappointed.
I think
what
that's
is
just
that
his
last
face.
name? Yeah, this is what that dude looks
I
like.
just-
Be less disappointed if they'd given him more polygons.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're gonna have an avian autopsy.
No.
It's so
No,
alive.
it's alive.
Gonna have an avian vivisection. Nope. Goodbye.
And then out the window.
Oh,
And now he's a disappointment.
that was our
again.
one good
Okay, that
suspect.
he looked disappointed.
I can't believe I left that window open.
The practical reality of reusing so many of the spaces is real interesting. That, I mean, because it's so filmic, but not that frequently in films do you have the same space sort of repeat quite so clearly. And in a video game, it's you know,
Totally, yeah.
technologically like just a thing that's like commonly done.
And I think because it's so sort of based on police procedurals or whatever, like revisiting the sites of
Yeah.
This is the guy who flipped us
interest.
off, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Why
he
is
just
he-
You
throw a shooting
dick.
Star?
He threw
That was a cigarette.
her charm with her mother's picture over
Oh.
the fence that is a like a government military
This
base
is
or something.
2016?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
In which case,
That's
this was the
contraband.
same year as Firewatch, which is real interesting because it's got some resonances.
Such
Not
as,
least the. Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
I haven't played Firewatch.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
The time period.
90s,
It's
yeah.
Early 90s?
It's late. Actually, it's late 80s, so it's a little earlier
Okay.
than this.
Yeah.
But it's set. Then, it's
Oh,
got
this,
lots of. Ooh.
this is almost the same year as Gone Home. Gone Home is like 93.
Yeah.
And
here's the acid bit.
this one is less of a.
I mean,
quote,
she's not gonna
unquote,
take it yet,
walking
but-
simulator, but the new. What's that? Blair Witch game is also set in the early 90s. Because everyone
But
wants
it's-
that Twin Peaks by Deadly Premonition is probably set in the early 2000s too, right?
Yeah.
Did somebody already say Gone Home?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, okay.
The color palette feels like Firewatch. The focus on nature, the detective,
Yeah.
where you're not quite sure what crime it is that you're solving, or even if you are solving a crime, but you feel vaguely conspiratorial and scared of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, as far as the color palette goes, thank Unity for that one. It's your technology. Yeah.
I demand to see
Although was
development obvious choices as aesthetic ones. Thank you.
Yes. Was Firewatch? What was that done in?
I think.
Was it built in?
I would look it up, but I've got chat open. on
Yeah,
my
I
phone.
should know. I don't know.
Yeah, I should know too because I looked at it the other day, but I forgot.
I feel like it's.
Chat, do you know?
Um,
No.
I'll look it up. I'll get it.
Not important.
Yeah, this is important. I feel like these color palettes and like the way that they're like so like clean is like it kind of reminds me of like almost like a washed nostalgia.
Yeah, back in the old days of graphics cards that only did 216 colors, maybe. Oh,
This
there
is
are
a
letters.
furnace?
No, there are.
They're missing.
Missing posters.
It's an incinerator.
It's Unity. Firewatch.
Talk about.
There you go.
And here we are literally watching a fire that turned into a bird. How curious. Ha.
Oh, I get it. Watch. Fire watch.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
See?
Yeah.
No! Cord McCarran.
Cord McCarran.
That is a man who wears a lot of ties.
Cord McCarran. That sounds like a fake
But only
name
one
if
of
I've
the-
ever heard one.
Yeah.
What's your name? I don't know. Cord McCarran.
It's a 1940s and 50s movie actor name.
Yeah.
It's Doug McClure. What's the name of the guy in The Simpsons?
Which one?
The one who has a name that sounds like Doug McClure.
Sorry.
Clue McDoug or whatever. Is the ticking clock in the soundtrack?
It is our
It's a
We
furnace.
have a bomb here. Oh, I see.
He's a
Oh,
great
so here's where we get some.
Just streaming in the collab.
Yeah, it's just the ambient.
So when you typed out the password,
Tarver.
did you type on the keyboard to type out the password?
You're just clicking, right?
Yeah, I'm just clicking. This is all. Well, no, there's still WASD movement. Maria Halperin, special agent, active,
Can you look around
transferred
and see? Oh,
from previous file. Maria Ortega. Search Ortega. 2 entries. Maria Ortega. Judith Ortega. More info 1. Maria, file transferred. Please see Halperin. More info 2. Judith Ortega. Information not in database. Please refer to the records department.
wouldn't this be information that the boss would already have?
Yes, but I'm assuming I don't want to talk to my boss about Judith, right? Because I'm only interested in, like, my assignment is Maria, the daughter.
Yeah. seems like this would be crucial background information they might want to give you before making you spy on your partner.
But that would.
It's called microfilm, kids.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
Considering the surveillance state nature of this game, I feel like my partner might well be spying on me. Like, everyone's sort of
There's that cop
spying
again.
on everyone else. You know, I mean... Also, the racial politics of this are really interesting.
Yeah, they are.
Two women of color
Working together,
working together,
But-
but one is.
one is
Spying
one
on
is
the other.
being told by literally the man, Cord McCarran,
Yeah.
to spy on the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't get any more the man than Cord McCarran.
Yeah.
Okay, commending one of our own, Distinguished Special Agent Judith Ortega, one of blah blah blah, was today awarded the FBI medal during her time with the FBI, the plucky young wife and mother of one. Blah 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 blah.
Set a high watermark amongst her lady contemporaries. You missed that
Sorry.
glorious sentence.
Confidential. The memorandum. Egger further I am writing regarding new information reaching me through back channels concerning the aforementioned Special Agent Ortega. The Ortega woman continues to make wild allegations regarding conspiracy and supposed breach of the ethical guidelines, and I am concerned about how her spurious findings might be interpreted were they to reach the public at large.
We shall be forced to take additional
Ortega
measures.
has a predilection for unconventional methods. Acid. Oh, hey, that's helpful. Anyway, she can squint. Click to squint.
What? Squint.
Kind of interesting how they how this game kind of remediates the research process by taking out all the actual parts of research.
It's
Right.
just the finding part, right?
Yeah,
This, I mean, this is the glory of the archival adventure. It's completely unlike being in an actual archive where most of the time you spend finding nothing. Like, everything you find is relevant.
Yeah, particularly when we were
Yes.
scrolling through a million news articles, we read each of those, right, to get to the one that actually matters.
Yeah, but we don't want to be bored.
Actually, you've probably never used microfilm, but that's what you spend most of the time with it, just blurring past. Yep. And then you sort of stop to see if you're getting close to the
Why
date
did we
you want.
zoom back to that other moment?
Because we recognized the picture as that
Oh.
on there, and then we remembered it being thrown against the over the fence.
I see.
I feel like it's a little bit smacking things over our head at times.
Leisure
with the
Suit Larry here.
flashbacks.
It is.
But I mean, it's also useful because there aren't many, you wouldn't ordinarily have a person who has played it 4 times telling you what's going on.
Yeah, this is true.
Bring home what?
The bacon? I think that was a political button?
Yeah, I
The
think
guy
that
running for
dude's
office?
running for.
What's his last name? Bacon, and
Yeah.
it's a pun on his name, maybe.
Smart.
Or maybe his last name is Bring.
Or home.
Yeah, probably not the.
My last name is House. It could happen if we ran together.
Home and house. The
Every house is a home.
The
domestic ticket. Oh, we're at the observatory.
Maybe a suitable setting for a walking sim
Haha.
to observe.
Observing. Ooh, the stars did that weird thing a little bit ago too, in our dream.
This isn't really an opportune time to be in an observatory.
It seems kind of bright out, yeah.
I guess, I mean, a planetarium
I
though.
guess
Maybe we're
because
looking
it's been
for.
broken into or something. Sorry.
I found a flower I'm gonna go pick.
Wait, is this an abandoned
Smart.
observatory?
It is derelict.
You can tell because of the flower.
Yeah. Also, there's holes in the ceiling.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, those are things you point the telescope through, are they? Oh, no, they're not. Okay, you're right.
Move the whole thing. Move them.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I don't.
Stare right into the sun through the telescope.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, but this way we can see the stars directly. We're not
Is one of the stairs gonna like fall through as you're walking up? Oh no.
Evidently not.
Cut.
It did, but we skipped that.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was just a real strange thing. Ooh. Those are the
They came
parents.
to the derelict. Oh.
Our car's outside. I don't
Reverend
know.
Ginger.
I don't know why they are.
Reverend Ginger. That was where their son disappeared,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. These are those unscrupulous methods that I was warned
He is
about.
proficient with thieves' tools.
Don't make me complicit, okay. If it advances the story.
So we're here because we know they're not home?
Huh. Well, yeah.
We're here because there was a cut.
Yep.
Yeah.
So mom and dad sleep in separate beds.
Yeah.
With a blimp, I think, because there's enough room in there for several of them.
Yeah.
What reverend doesn't have a... Oh, wait, there's a cross. I was going to say, there's, like, no crosses in here.
This
A
looks
couple.
very political.
And
Whoa.
some guns.
Those should be in a safe. I guess the ammo needs to be... But the gun should really be in a safe, too.
Oh.
Sorry, as someone who grew up around guns...
Where's the
Doesn't
bison
have-
head, though?
Yeah, right. That's what I say. No bison heads.
Notice the lock is broken now.
I think maybe it was just... I think the drawer was stuck.
Sojourner's Truth. Tubman Avenue. What
They've
is
got
with the
good
racial
pie.
politics of this thing?
I don't know what she was referring to, but Desiree says yikes.
Desiree may know
I
more history
agree.
than we remember. Yes. I mean, all these abolitionist references, I don't get.
Ooh.
Take your hexagonal ring.
One thing I find interesting about the way this is set up is like, and this might go into the racial politics a little bit, but like, normally a lot of these detective narratives, right, it's like the detectives do unscrupulous things together, but they've got each other's back, right?
Mhm.
And this sets you up, before you do unscrupulous things, to be on the lookout for unscrupulous things. How many times can I
Yeah.
say unscrupulous in a sentence?
It certainly does not set you up to operate as a team,
Yeah.
which is definitely interesting because you would think you might have quite a bit in common as two female, FBI agents of color in the early 90s. Like, that is a pretty marginalized position, but it sets you up to be antagonistic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who's this creep?
I'm married, jerk.
Imagine someone going to hit on you, and you put on a wedding ring and then show it to them.
You could show him the process of putting the ring on. That would be even worse.
I'm wondering how many years this was after. Yeah, this is released 2 years after True Detective Season 1, which also was set in the
Wow, is that-
90s.
Was it?
2014?
90s and the
I haven't seen
2010s.
it.
Yeah.
I can't
Wait,
remember
this is
much of it.
2014, not 2016?
No, this game is
2016.
2016.
Oh,
True
okay.
Detective is 2014.
Okay.
True
Which
Detective
blows my mind.
Season 1, is that the one with the King in Yellow, or is that season
Yeah.
2?
That's.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Season
Oh,
2.
I
no.
think that might be Season 2. Season 1.
No, that's Season 1. King in Yellow.
Season 1?
Oh, yeah.
King in Yellow, yeah.
Which is also Southern narrative too. Virginia's kind of Southern.
No.
Kind of.
No.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Right.
I'm from northern Wisconsin.
no.
Everything is
Wisconsin.
south.
The South in True Detective is Louisiana,
Yeah,
which is
different.
not really the
Yes.
South, really. It is, but
A special
South and
kind
a
of
lot other
South.
things. Virginia is the real Confederate South.
Ah. See, we're bonding.
So So was the idea that she wasn't your partner until the start of the game?
Right.
Yeah.
She's only my partner, so I can spy on
For
her.
4 days.
Yeah.
What's with the bit with the ring? She takes the ring off and gives it to us, right? No? Did I miss that?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does.
I
think
she was. I don't know who that person she was talking to was.
But she was clearly trying to pretend not to be married
Right.
while she was in the bar.
Yeah.
No. She wasn't like giving us our ring back.
But obviously, she
I don't
didn't
think
spend the
so.
night with the
I don't
guy
think so.
because
Yeah, I don't.
we were together.
We crashed it there.
So this is another interesting sort of characterization and exposition through completely voluntary, sort of optional spaces. You can go in this room and sort of get this idea of some backstory. We woke up in Halperin's apartment and now sort of experiencing this hospital bed that we don't know anything about.
Well, it's a deathbed, probably.
Mm-hmm. And recently, perhaps,
Yep.
a stair climber,
With a stair assist, yep.
and then a modified bathroom for. But all of that's optional. You can just walk straight down the stairs and come over here.
Aw, she cooked breakfast for us.
See? We're making friends.
You need friends. don't have any of them in this game, so to say.
I mean, yeah.
Aw, they made you 2 eggs and only them 1. What if they only had 3 eggs?
Well, I see more back there.
The classic, like, female character wearing an FBI Academy, like, sweater. Like, that's a callback
Jodie
to...
Foster.
Clarice Starling, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you developing them in the missing kids' dark room?
In her bathroom.
Ah, okay.
You'll see in a minute.
Yeah. And we got here from the eggs. Why?
I think that the goal is that it's supposed to feel like a real... Like in a film, right, you just cut between scenes in future times. That seems to be the goal. At least that's what Ryan's paper's about, that I'm harping the idea of.
There's some of that here, too, but it also... I mean, there's sort of... There's more of the in-between the scenes than you would expect in a movie.
It's almost like it is the in-between scenes sometimes and not the other things.
Yeah. Don't touch it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Your hands are gonna get...
Oh, no.
What is it? That's just a chain? I don't know what I was looking at there.
I don't know either.
I know what that is.
But
Is
this,
it that?
though-
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Got him!
Why?
Because of the picture. The picture of the person playing guitar on the stage.
No, we didn't get him. Now we have to let him go.
Oh, maybe I was supposed to look down at the picture. I don't. I'm a little lost here
Look
myself.
down at the picture before it's too late.
I thought there was a way to zoom, but there's not. It's him hugging someone, for sure.
If you
Yeah.
say so.
Man,
That-
hugging
that's
people
not
is
his
a
wife.
crime in Virginia? No wonder they sleep in separate beds.
And why would that imply that he has anything to do with his missing son?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
I forgot. Or never knew.
What's up, Desiree says, oh, never mind. I don't know what she's referring to.
Well, I never.
Wait, we're letting him go?
Yeah, we didn't have anything to hold him on.
Turns out hugging is not a crime.
Yeah, we really misread the law there.
He's gonna go hug her. No. Whoops. No.
Dude, they're watching.
I feel like we should be arresting her. She's hit him twice in front of us. Who is... Oh, is that the one he was hugging?
Yeah. So he's having an affair with that woman.
She looks
Sure.
a lot like his wife.
She does.
He's got a type.
That happens.
The type is polygon.
Well, okay, red-haired polygonal, yeah.
It's interesting. So far, I would say that the narrative has not. We have not really experienced what it would be like to be a woman of color in this time period. I feel.
There was the one guy who.
Oh yeah, there was that guy.
But other than that.
So one thing that we were missing is that those photos were taken by the son, right? We found his film, right? So I guess the logic there is he took a picture of you hugging someone and now he's missing.
Oh, so
He took a picture of you cheating on your wife and his mom.
Desiree asks, is his affair an alibi? So we had him and then we had to let him go.
I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be like your son had dirt on you and now he's missing. And so now we're questioning you. Although, this game is up
What
to
child
interpretation,
doesn't
so
have dirt on their parents.
I mean, and his wife keeps hitting him.
dude doesn't have a good
Maybe it's
life.
an abusive marriage. I mean, it is an abusive marriage. Maybe he needs to get out. Wants to get out. Is trying to get out.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we'll help him. Maybe that's where the story goes. It doesn't.
That's not where the story goes. Don't you give me false hope.
Okay, so who's the statue of? The woman in chains, is she a slave? Was she a slave? Is
Good
this
question.
Sojourner Truth? Is this Harriet Tubman? It's not Harriet Tubman.
Why are we sitting here
It's too
watching?
It's
Too tall.
She was
I
quite
don't know if I want to
diminutive.
eat that.
We're sitting outside of the entrance to the
Military base.
I think both, I guess. But the not the atrium, the
Quarry?
observatory.
Oh.
Kind of an atrium, I guess now.
Why is there a statue of a lady in chains at the entrance to the observatory?
Yeah, I would really. Oh, there's that
There's the campaign
bacon.
guy. This is making me think of The Prisoner, the TV series from 1967.
Yes.
The sort of stuff you've seen before wandering into shot, like, oh, there's that again.
Okay, who's this?
There's the dwarf.
Cannon Observatory, Cannon Refractor.
Oh.
Who is she?
I don't know.
Well, it's Virginia. Maybe she's somebody who was enslaved here.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna kill him.
Alright, seriously, we were going very
really
quickly.
hard stop.
He's
a
holding
police
some
tactic.
sort of
It's
campaign
not L.A.
event,
Noir.
maybe?
Holding
Security check.
Bill Clinton, as you've never seen him before.
He's got a very early 90s look. Okay.
Oh,
Back at the gas station.
sometimes the cuts are pretty disorienting.
I like how since we stayed at their place, we haven't snooped on them at all. Oh man, I wish I could fill up that fast.
I can. Prius.
It's a bison!
I know how much you love these.
They haunt my dreams.
I don't get it.
Why have you picked that up for us?
This is awkward.
Oh no! And after I gave you a bison.
My hands are just conveniently full. I can't stop you.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm sorry I'm spying on you.
Oh man.
You were so close. You made me breakfast this morning.
You're gonna let me get in the car, right? Right?
Damn it!
At least you have a bison.
Oh, she won it for me too. She didn't just buy it. I'm feeling like a
And we're back in
bad
the Stanley
person.
Parable. Go through the right door.
Were we dating a little bit? Could we read it that way?
I think so.
Looking to
a
me,
friend would
I
not
think so.
win me a bison, is what I'm
without
saying.
a ring. I just think,
Yeah.
I think it's. I think there's
There was
a queer
some
aspect for
romance
sure.
there.
Yeah, I just, video games are queer. Come on.
Maybe I want there to have been
I've always-
romance.
And the making breakfast the next morning too. We definitely would have read it that way automatically if they were a heterosexual. If it was a man and a woman. The fact that there were
I
two
did
women
wake up
being-
on the couch, but that doesn't mean anything. Nothing happened prior. Maybe maybe she's
I'm
a
not
bit
saying
hot.
anything
We are
necessarily
in the
has
Stanley
happened.
Parable. I'm
Sure.
not kidding.
Yeah, we are.
Kieran K knows we didn't even pay for the gas. Though maybe Halperin went in and
Halperin went in and
now
paid,
maybe
yeah.
she put it on like $15 and then we filled
Yep.
up the 15.
Yep. Well, probably more like 4, right? That was a pretty quick.
Oof.
Smash cut.
Dream
Court
again.
McCarran.
It's Cord McCarran giving us another FBI degree.
Why does everyone shake with their left hands in this?
And their
now
hands
they're-
do not look at all like anything like it. Never mind.
This is beginner's guide.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Yes.
Totally.
All it needs is
I
a
don't
black hole.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I've had that.
Or the bouncy things on the
Look
stage.
at all these
Yeah.
official white men handing us the responsibility to spy on our
Spy
dear
on-
lover. I've now decided.
Yep, sure. I mean, it is a roomy
this is
couch.
a dream sequence again, obviously.
We
Took me too
feel.
long.
Oh, bye.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yep. Here it comes. Yep.
No.
Right. Yep. Bison, walk with me.
Man, this game really likes it. I think Thomas would say metonymy, right?
Totally. Yeah. And metaphor.
Aw.
I don't know where.
We didn't even do a good job of spying on
There's a
her.
high
We really
emphasis on
are awful at
breakfast,
our
right?
job.
We've seen every day's breakfast.
Wait, what?
I don't think we've seen every. Maybe, actually. Maybe,
We've
yeah.
eaten breakfast twice at the diner, or 3 times now at the diner, I think, and then
Once at Halperin's house.
yeah.
Here's this scene again, in case you forgot.
I like how the thing like shines right before he takes it.
Classic video game attention direction.
Right.
I mean that particularly. I think
eyes front,
thinking
buddy.
about thinking about space and time. That's typically a way to get a player to go somewhere, not just sort of look.
Oh,
She
oh,
turned
I thought the game
around.
just froze for a sec.
I did too for a split second.
Just to let you know, Ryan, it's 57 after.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I was really hoping we got to see the. I think. Well, yeah.
The log lady.
We can maybe see the end
So,
of this.
so are we trying to make it up by getting the locket back?
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's been a storm to knock this
Oh,
over.
it is the log, at least. I take it this means we can get over that fence now.
Yeah, definitely some like romance kind of vibes,
Right?
I think 'cause, like like climbing into a restricted area to find a locket for somebody. That's like straight out of like Wuthering Heights or something, right? Like,
Yep. Yep.
And luckily,
I feel like Wuthering Heights, you're more likely to throw the locket away in a fit of romantic fury. But yes, it is a high romantic gesture
I haven't
to
had
find
Wuthering
the
Heights in a
locket.
long time.
Just imagine Heathcliff ever doing something that nice.
You may be thinking of Jane Eyre. Uh-oh. And
no.
Game over?
maybe.
This would be a great place to stop.
Maybe
this
we,
game.
yeah, maybe
It's
we
like
should
the
just
whole
stop now.
thing
Yeah.
cuts.
We are miraculously fine.
I think we're really close to like a really cool part, but
Oh.
we're gonna go over
Go
time.
for it.
Should we go over a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Alert
don't
the
know.
affiliates.
Yeah?
We'll be
Do you have
running
time?
long.
I
Okay.
do, but alert the affiliates. Oh,
So we're in the sort of spooky military base.
this is all the surveillance notes come back in Technicolor, kind of. Like that Searchlight.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just surveillance. I'm seeing surveillance everywhere,
totally.
and the Searchlight is.
Wow, that worked.
Yeah.
Sorry.
it worked.
We are
Yeah.
very strong. It's the power of love. It's done this to us.
Yeah.
the Huey Lewis and the News song.
Wow, that person threw that really far.
Well, it was
The locket, because he was like a good 50 feet from the fence when he threw it, and somehow it's like 300 feet beyond the fence.
something's been drug here.
Instead of being a racist piece of crap, he could be like a quarterback or both.
Is the picture still in there?
And beer.
I feel like in a lot of detective narratives, the bar serves as like a central location, right?
Yeah. Certainly for bonding with the partner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That and of course the car.
Pretty interesting to compare the way the car is used here with the car in traditional driving games or racing games. That here it's used much more cinematically, whereas, I mean, but racing games and driving games is a whole genre of game.
Yeah, when you think about it, actually, I mean, doing any kind of cinema in a car is hard, but video game cinema in a car, can't imagine that's really hard.
Yeah.
Stuart, you would love the game Driver San Francisco. There's a chapter of that game where you play as you're driving the car in
helpful
front
obstacle
of you,
let me know that
and
I'm supposed to go in this door.
Your perspective is from the
That is
car
helpful.
tailing you. It's a second person moment.
That sounds really trippy.
Luckily, I've got the
Oh yeah, you still got
the Jimmy, or I don't know what you call it, the lockpick, I guess.
The key pistol.
Key pistol.
Oh, interesting.
Do you?
We
Like left and
looked-
right?
That's a really
Oh, no, I don't.
We're gonna
Oh,
no, yeah, I
yes,
do.
Oh, you're breaking into Halperin's house. Oh, I didn't
talk
get that.
about surveillance state.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our narrative actions, obviously, they have to be tied to looking because there's not much else that we're doing in this game. But they just seem to be really much tied with obviously invading privacy, but not even like in the spirit of the law. Don't
Well,
worry, we've got a gun to solve this too.
oh, my God.
Imagine buying your own microfilm reader.
Clearly, it was stolen from the FBI.
Ooh.
Yeah. Crazy contraptions.
Yep.
Oh. Hello.
Tony Stark.
Wait, are we collecting this stuff?
Yeah, we're just cleaning up. Gonna do a little filing.
Man, we really are we're pretty crummy in this game.
Oh.
Do we have to go give this to Cord?
Maybe
Is
we're
there any way the
I
game...
think so, yeah. I've not seen anything. I have no reason to believe that there's any way to sort of go against the narrative flow here. You're just sort of enacting it.
Interesting that she's missing the ring.
Mm-hmm.
One taxi driver in this town.
To be fair, that's not completely out of the norm for this kind of town.
It's true.
Like
He does have a taxi car, though, like an actual
Yeah.
taxi.
Called Kingdom, too, which we haven't talked
Ah,
about. I don't know
yeah.
what to say about that.
Haven't
Yeah.
talked about the racial issues. I don't know. Dude, what do we know about the developers of this game?
I'm sorry?
What do we know about the developers of this game?
I mean, not a whole lot. variable state, and they just released or are about to release a new game, whose name I can't remember.
Probably with Michigan or something like that. No, that one didn't land.
Oh,
No.
I get it.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Like another state, yeah.
like a Sufjan Stevens
Sorry.
for games.
Yeah. So like 2, and then you'll quit.
Oh, she's here. No, I think this is a dream.
No, I don't think
No, it's not.
I think this is here. This yeah.
this is what Ryan
It's
wanted
not.
to
She's
show
too pissed
us.
at us.
But wait, I'm about to make a grand gesture of love, or at least
The
partnership.
First, the internal affairs file.
I'm giving you your own file that I
the
spied
Nope.
on you for.
I am
So,
gonna.
what-
Oh no!
This place is frequented by bacon. You can't just leave.
Yeah,
this.
Why did you do that?
It's safely.
And the pages flew
yeah.
for miles. That's the IA file. Oh no, it's not. No, it's red. More acid.
Yep. The acid.
Oh, that's why we had those trippy dreams. It's because we dropped acid.
Well, we haven't dropped it yet, actually. Did she? So wait, did she break into our house?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't think I ever picked that up.
Yeah.
All right.
Now
Let's see if we get breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the last day.
Wait, that's the final day of the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right, I have to go get some Coke.
Yeah, actually, maybe we should.
Yeah.
And
Fair enough.
it is about
yeah.
10 after. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
me.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
That was an experience.
Have
Indeed
a
it
good
was.
evening.